Let me tell you something most people won't say out loud. The life you say you want, the peace, the freedom, the confidence, the impact, the joy, it's sitting on the other side of the risks you keep avoiding. Not because you're lazy, not because you're not capable, but because somewhere along the way, you were taught to play it safe, stay comfortable, stay predictable, stay small enough not to fail, but also too small to win. And here's the truth that might shake you a little. Playing it safe doesn't protect your life. It slowly steals it. Because every time you don't take a risk, you're not choosing safety, you're choosing regret. We've been lied to about risk. We think risk means jumping off a cliff with no plan. We think it means chaos, danger, uncertainty, failure. But real risk, the kind that changes your life, it's quieter than that. It's sending the message. It's starting before you feel ready. It's walking away from what drains you. It's believing you can become someone you've never seen yourself as before. That's real risk. And here's what nobody tells you. Every single person living a life you admire took risks you're currently afraid of. Not once, not twice, over and over again. Let's talk about the other side for a second. What happens if you don't take the risk? You stay where you are. Same thoughts, same routines, same frustrations you keep praying will magically disappear, but they won't. Because your current life is the result of your current choices. And if nothing changes, nothing changes. Here's where everything changes. Taking risks isn't just about actions. It's about identity. Because the moment you decide to take a risk, you stop being someone who waits and become someone who moves. You become dangerous in the best way. Not reckless, not careless, but intentional, bold, faith-filled. You stop asking, what if it doesn't work? And start asking, what if it does? That shift alone, it changes everything. Let's go deeper. Fear will always be there. Always. You don't outgrow fear. You outgrow letting it control you. Because fear speaks loud. What if you fail? What if people judge you? What if you embarrass yourself? But faith whispers. What if God didn't give you that vision for no reason? What if you're actually capable? What if the risk is the doorway? And here's the key. You don't need the fear to disappear to move forward. You just need faith to be louder. Let's clear something up. You're not actually afraid of risk. You're afraid of failure. But what if I told you failure isn't the opposite of success? It's part of it. Every risk you take teaches you something. Every step forward builds you. Every mistake shapes you to someone stronger, wiser, more equipped. Meanwhile, the people who avoid risk, they don't fail, but they also don't grow. They stay stuck in a life that feels safe, but never feels right. Look at anyone who built something meaningful. They took risks. They risked being misunderstood. They risked starting small. They risked failing publicly. They risked looking foolish before they look successful. And because they did, they built the life they actually wanted. Not the one handed to them, not the one expected of them, the one they chose. That's the difference. Risk takers don't have less fear. They just have more courage to act anyway. So how do you actually do this? You start smaller than you think. You don't need a perfect plan. You need movement. Take the first step, then the next, then the next. Send the email. Start the page. Apply for the opportunity. Have the conversation. Make the decision. Momentum is built, not found. And clarity? It comes after action, not before. Let's be real for a second. The hardest part isn't the risk itself. It's the moment right before. The moment where your mind starts racing. Your comfort zone starts pulling. Your excuses sound logical. Maybe later. I need more time. I'm not ready. But that moment, that's the doorway. And every time you push through it, you expand. You become more. You prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. Now let's talk about when you actually take risks consistently. Your confidence grows. Your mindset sharpens. Your life starts to shift. Not overnight, but undeniably. Opportunities start appearing. You start meeting different people. You start seeing yourself differently. And eventually, you look around and realize you're not living the life you used to dream about anymore. You're living it. Listen carefully. Nobody's coming to hand you the life you want. Not your family, not your friends, not luck. It's built. And it's built by people who are willing to take risks. Even when it's uncomfortable. Even when it's uncertain. Even when it doesn't make sense to everyone else. So here's what I want you to remember. The biggest risk is not taking one. Because the pain of failure, it fades. But the pain of regret, that lingers. That stays. That whispers, you could have been more. And you weren't created for almost. You weren't created to play small. You weren't created to watch your life pass by the sidelines. You were created to build something, to step out, to trust, to move. So take the risk, send the message, start the thing, make the move. Trust God with the outcome. Because the people who take risks, they're not lucky. They're just willing to step into the unknown and build the life they actually want. And the moment you decide to become one of them, everything changes. Your life doesn't change when you feel ready. Your life changes the moment you decide to move anyway.